Hi guys, I'm Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes little snippet of what I do on plant days and when I'm plant shopping. In today's video, I'm actually visiting some big box stores. This is typically the time of year where you start seeing some really trendy, really cool, sometimes a lot of new plants that are out on the market. I was definitely interested to see a few items that I don't already have in my collection. I went out with the intentions to get all these new plants, not too many. Making sure my husband heard that part. Not too many. Then I saw a grow light and I thought to myself, I think I also need to redo my Ikea greenhouse cabinet. So I got the grow light and ended up coming home, repotting all my new plants and also redoing my entire greenhouse cabinet. So now I'm gonna show you guys kind of my journey throughout the day, what I do when I'm big box shopping, what I did when I got home, and what I did with my plants when I brought them home. So let's get started. First thing I do is scope the entire plant section out from afar. Once I've done that, I dive in, and the very first thing I spotted was the Cebu Blue Pothos. I immediately knew I was getting this, but I was wondering if I should get one or two of these. But for $20, I can kind of divide it up into several different plants, so I decided to just get one. And it just browse over the plants I'm not really interested in, they're not my thing. But this white jewel here kind of caught my eye, but I decided not to get it because I saw this satin pothos. It was only $15.98 too. And it looks pretty healthy, not overwatered. I don't see any gnats flying around it. So I think it's gonna come home with me. And I'm gonna get this alocasia poly because I have one, but I really like the size of these leaves. This peperomia was love at first sight, so it definitely is going on the maybe list. The only thing I can't get past is the price because I feel like I'm paying more for the pot than I am the plant. I'm tempted to get this Lucky Bamboo only because I really love the container that it's in. I was tempted also to get this other peperomia, but I don't really like how they look a little sad and droopy. Teardrop peperomias, yeah, nah. I really cannot get over how I paid top dollar for the Scindapsus Moonlight when they first hit the market and now they're in big box stores. But anyway, the ZZ Raven, I always stop and admire. I know I'm not getting it, but look how the leaves come in. I mean, what's not to love there? I think everyone should have one of these. Calathea Network, no. Somebody really, it seems like someone tried to hide this in the back. This Ficus elastica, I haven't seen this one and I don't have it, so I'm getting it. I thought this was a Hoya rope at first, but it's actually just a fuzzy lipstick plant. So I was like, no, I thought you were a Hoya, so I took it back out of my cart and put it right back. Speaking of Hoyas though, I grabbed this Hoya, put it in my cart, and actually continued on shopping because I was so sure I was getting this. Look how beautiful it is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it almost looks yellow in some spots. But then I ended up seeing a piece of it on the floor and decided to propagate it instead. Cactus, nice to see you, but no thanks. Started to get a few of these terracotta pots, but then the price, I can get them cheaper somewhere else. So I was on my way out the door, minding my own business, and then ran into these grow lights. So now I'm over here looking at grow lights when I came in here for plants, and I'm just gonna grab this real quick. And now I'm headed to the next store. I grabbed a giant peace lily off this shelf for $17. And now I'm just kind of taking a look around, just browsing. I really came in here to look for some pots, but sometimes this store does surprise me and I'll find something and end up getting it. Always, rule of thumb, I take a look at the plants that are on sale and kind of sad and dying. For the most part though, occasionally I find something, but for the most part, these are loaded with pests. So skip over the cacti. I know I'm not getting one of those. But look at this Baltic blue. I just kind of want to show y'all some of the things that are out in stores right now. Like I remember when this silver dragon was so hard to find in a store, I had to order it online. And I mean, now there's a billion of them. So just take a look. Maybe you'll see something interesting. Maybe a satin pothos. I'm not even looking at the price because I probably paid more for it in the other store than it is in this store. But anyway, so of course they have a bunch of orchids out because it's almost Easter. And now the reason I came in here, looking at these pots. Every year I see a new line of exciting new pots. So what I'm gonna end up getting is this woven one for my peace lily and this black one here at the top. I'm not a super huge fan of like shiny glazed pots for my plants, but I still think they're pretty. Love these little herb pots here. And yeah, you get the idea. I ended up at Ross. I don't know how, but I'm glad I came here because the prices are phenomenal. And I ended up getting this little white square, and then there's a black square for I think $3.99, so I got that. No. But over here was this really cute watering container. So I almost got both of them. I had them in my cart, but then I saw that they had some little metal ones. And now I'm definitely leaving. So I know, they say not to do this, but I do it anyway. I bring my plants home and I repot them immediately. When I get them at the big box store, a lot of the times while I'm in the store, I can see gnats flying around and I'm like, I have no idea which one they came out of. I have no idea which plants are infested with any type of insects or pests, and just I'm just gonna assume they all are. I didn't even bring them inside the house. I left them all out in front of my garage. I hosed them all down with some Dawn dish soap. Don't call the plant committee on me for this, y'all, but it works for me. What do I do after that? Oh, I sprinkle a little bit of systemic pest control in there. Read the directions. Definitely follow the instructions on that. And just as an extra layer of protection, I will spray them all down with neem oil afterwards and bring it inside. With that being said, here is a look at some of the plants that I bought yesterday. Here's the alocasia poly that I got. I just switched the soil to something a little more light and airy, and then I put it in this decorative pot, and I'm definitely not regretting this buy. I'm so glad that I got it. I repotted the satin pothos directly into this black pot that I got from Walmart yesterday, and I put it in like an orchid mix with a little bit of perlite, and I think it'll do great in this bright indirect light. When I saw that this little hanging planter was only $6, I definitely snatched it up out of Walmart, and it just hangs from the ceiling flawlessly, and I put a fern that I already had in it, and I think it'll do great in this light as well. Remember the Cebu blue pothos that I got at the beginning of the video? Well, I split it in half and I made a moss pole because I want one of them to climb, and then the other one is hanging in the greenhouse cabinet. Now we're headed upstairs. Remember the Ficus elastica? Well, I am so glad I got that now. I can't wait to see it grow bigger. I want to see exactly what the variegations are on this. The potting soil, I switched it out and put some orchid bark in there along with just regular standard potting mix, and let's just see how it does. I consider this kind of a low light environment. There's a little window right here, but definitely not super bright light. So I got a peace lily to put in this corner. Peace lilies are a great spot filler for me when I have low light conditions because they handle low lighting pretty well. Here's the woven basket that I also purchased with handles, which I love. Before I had this Monstera Deliciosa right there, but it didn't like the low lighting conditions. So I'll probably end up putting it right here into my office where it gets better lighting. Now for my favorite part of this video, remember my Ikea greenhouse cabinet? I wasn't really feeling it, so I ended up emptying it out and cleaning it out completely. It was pretty disgusting. And this is what it actually looks like now. I think it looks so much better with a different grow light. I rearranged everything. I put my new metal watering container at the top, and I added a few hanging baskets to this space. Now I feel like I can fit more plants in there. I feel like it looks more appealing to my eyes, especially when I wake up in the morning. Here is another piece of that Cebu blue pothos that I got. that I split into 3, not 2. So I got 3 plants for $20, and the Hoya that I'm now rooting in the other planter. So I think this, I just really love how this looks now. Before it was a bit of an eyesore for me, and now I feel like it's something I can actually enjoy looking at. The 2 square planters I put on this little shelf right above my dining room table, and I put an Easter cactus and some mint there just to add a little bit of pop to this shelf. All in all, I love everything that I brought home. You guys, thanks so much for joining me again. Hope you got something out of today's video. Please like and subscribe. It's a free way to help me out. And if you have questions, comments, leave it in the comment section down below. Let me know if there's something else you want to see. And until next time, I gotta go clean up some dirt and hide the evidence before my husband gets home. So, see ya.